Hello students, I hope you are doing well, studying properly and learning all your concepts. The Brave Thesis, Part 2. This is the second part of the story. In it, we will read about the bravery and intelligence of Theseus and how he defeated the Minotaur, the monster. After several days of journey, the ship carrying 7 maidens and 7 young men arrived at Crete. The prisoners were taken to the capital and presented before the king. Many spectators had gathered at the court to see them. On one side of the throne sat a lovely maiden. She was Ariadne, daughter of King Minos. She looked sad and sorrowful. People around her were talking and laughing. For them it was all fun. Ariadne's eyes were wet with tears as she thought about the fate of these unfortunate prisoners. Suddenly, her eyes fell on the young man among the prisoners. He seemed least frightened. Minos too noticed the brave young man. "Who are you, young man? You look so courageous," asked King Minos. "I am Theseus, son of King Aegeus of Athens. I have come to kill the Minotaur and I will kill it," said Theseus courageously. "You're a courageous man to say that, but young man, remember that no man has come alive from the maze of the Minotaur. No man will ever come alive. It will crush you with its huge horns and will tear you into sharp pieces with its long and sharp teeth. I want to see how far your courage will help you. Tomorrow you shall be the first one to be thrown to the Minotaur," said the king Minos. "Guard, put this young man in a separate cell in the dungeon, and tomorrow at dawn send him to the Minotaur." Ariadne felt sad to hear her father's words. She liked Theseus. "I must help him, he mustn't die," said Ariadne to herself. That night Ariadne quietly slipped out of his room and hurried to Theseus' cell. Theseus was lying awake thinking about different ways of killing the evil monster. Suddenly, when Ariadne stepped in, "Do not make a noise, the guards will hear." "Who are you, fair maiden?" said Theseus in surprise. "I am Ariadne, daughter of King Minos. I have come to help you. Come with me quietly." Theseus got up and followed. "Where are you taking me?" "I shall take you to the shore. From there you take a boat and sail away." "I want to save your life," said Ariadne. "I have come to kill the monster and I will only return after killing it." "Take me to the place where it lives," pleaded Theseus. "If you insist, I shall take you there." "I advise you not to go there. It will kill you. It is a huge monster." "Give me a sword and take me to the maze where it lives," insisted Theseus. So Ariadne takes him to the place where the monster lives and tells it has a trap door. "I know how to open it." She pressed her hand against the block of stone on the wall and immediately the door opened. She handed him a sword and a ball of thread. The monster lives in a maze. There are hundreds of passages and doors, each leading to the others. The secret of the maze is to always turn to the right and tie this thread at the entrance and unwind it as you go. After you have killed the monster, follow the thread back to the entrance. I shall wait for you here. May God be with you and make you victorious," said Ariadne with tears in her eyes. Theseus slowly made his way through the passage. It was completely dark. He took the right passage as Ariadne had advised him. As he approached, he could hear the sound of a bull's bellowing grow louder and louder. Finally, he reached the center of the maze. Through a small opening in the roof, moonlight fell into the room. In one corner, he could see the blast. It was a mighty monster. Its horns looked like sharp spears. Its teeth were long and pointed. It had body of a man and head of a bull. At the sound of Theseus' voice, the monster raised its head and bellowed. Within a second, it charged against Theseus. With a quick jump, Theseus dodged the attack, but the monster didn't give up. It charged again and again. After a long battle, Theseus managed to get a grip of one of the horns of the Minotaur and tried to cut off its head. But the monster threw him down and tried to crush him with its sharpened horns. Theseus quickly jumped to his feet and with a great blow of his sword cut off its head. Theseus was exhausted after the battle, but he felt great pride. He had succeeded in killing the cruel monster. He then thought of Ariadne waiting for him at the entrance. Following the thread, he made his way back to the entrance. Ariadne was overjoyed to find him alive. "I have killed the monster," said Theseus proudly. "I knew you would do it. You are a brave prince," replied Ariadne. "Take me with you to Athens. My father will kill me when he comes to know that I helped you to kill the monster," pleaded Ariadne. "I shall be only too glad to take you along with me. You saved my life. You shall be my wife and the queen of Athens one day. Let us free our friends and flee from here quickly." Ariadne led him to the prison where his friends were. Noiselessly, they entered the prison. Fortunately, the guards were all asleep. Theseus and Ariadne woke their friends and led them to the shore. There they found a boat and they got in and rowed away to Athens. Word meaning: spectators, persons who are watching event, present, existing, now. Gather, to bring together, unfortunate, not prosperous. Frightened, to terrify, courageous, brave, dungeon, underground, self, a prisoner. Whisper, to speak very quietly. Maze, a system of paths. Hurried, to listen. Quiet, silence. Plead, to ask somebody for something. Incest, to dwell long upon. Immediately, instantly. Bellow, to roar like a bull. Dodge, to start aside and evade. Succeed, to follow in order. Quick, living sprightly. Road, number of persons or things in a line. Objective type questions. The prisoners were presented before the king. These you'll do on your own. Fill in the blanks. Dash eyes were wet with tears. Ariadne's eyes were wet with tears. True, false. If the statement is false, write the true statement. Ariadne's hands were wet with tears as she thought about the fate of these fortunate prisoners. False. Ariadne's eyes were wet with tears as she thought about the fate of these unfortunate prisoners. Similarly, you will do the others. This also you will do on your own. अब है subjective type questions. Where were the prisoners taken first? They were taken to jail cells. ये आप खुद से करोगे. Grammatic skills. Write tense of the word. Does your father dash before breakfast? Does your father drink tea before breakfast? Use these words to make sentences in simple present tense. Environment. I like to walk in the environment. Use these verbs in different forms of future tense to make sentences of your own. Visit. I will visit my best friend tomorrow. Punctuate the contractions. Here's the friend you are waiting for. तो क्या हो जाएगा? Here apostrophe s, the friend you apostrophe re waiting for. ये भी आप ऐसे ही करोगे. Complete by adding suitable noun clauses. The army wondered if they would come back home safe. Make meaningful sentences. He month here every twice comes. He comes here twice every month. Writing skills. Describe the prince in your own words. You need to describe Theseus. Fill in the blanks with SC, SS or CC and match the word thus formed with their meaning. ये क्या है? फर्स्ट वाला accent, ACCENT, way of pronouncing the word of a language, B part. ऐसे आप बाकी करोगे. I hope you understood this chapter properly. Read it again and revise all the questions to understand it even better.